awesome. Okay, so I want to talk about Instagram because Facebook is like, a lot of times we use Facebook for, you know, our close-knit community and network. You can find new people. It's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to find people that have the same types of hobbies or interests as you on Facebook, as well as people are more skeptical on Facebook about friend requests. So expanding your network can be more difficult on Facebook, in my opinion, because, you know, for me, before I started coaching and expanding my network, I only had, you know, the people that I knew, my friends, my family. I had like 200 friends, just really close knit. People that would add me, I thought they were all scammers. I don't know. I was really like paranoid and stuff and skeptical before I started this. And it's probably Tanner's fault because my husband's like that. But doing the vitals and expanding your network here or on Facebook is, in my opinion, more difficult. And then there's so many businesses on Facebook that you see, those people that accept your friend requests or that are expanding their network to reach out to you and friend request you. Majority of the time, they have some kind of business as well. So you can run into a lot of network marketing on Facebook. Instagram has a different atmosphere, in my opinion. You know, fitness is huge on Instagram. It's really, really popular. Bragging about it, posting about it, sharing your tips and everything else. People reaching out to you is more common on Instagram. People follow you so you can expand your network without even technically trying. It's not weird to follow people and follow accounts. I was nervous about inviting and how that would work on Instagram, but as I've gotten more used to it, I'll share those tips as well with you guys because it's not as scary or as hard, I guess, as you think. But you can find people that are like you and your interests on Instagram just by hashtagging, searching hashtags, following, you know, popular fitness accounts and stuff like that. So it's a lot easier to expand your Instagram, as well as using it to expand your Facebook. So bringing people from Instagram over, as well as opening up your team. So, you know, it's really hard to have, if you're all most of us are from the same area. If you have coaches all in the same area and you're talking to the same people, how are you going to grow your income and your business like long term? You need to find other people to reach more people and reach more people, right? So that's where Instagram can come in because you have no idea where these people are from. They could be from anywhere, all over the US, even UK. So I found some of my UK coaches on Instagram, whereas I wouldn't have as easily on Facebook. You can always do promotions and whatnot, but it's a lot harder when you don't have very much established, like on your business Facebook, if you even have one. You don't have to have one. It's not necessary. So I wanted to talk about that for a second, whether you should have Facebook and Instagram, use your personal versus a business. On Facebook, you definitely don't have to have a business page. You don't have to have a group. You'll reach the most people on your personal page if you're expanding to that. If you're adding new people and if you're talking about it, posting about it, there's nothing wrong with that. I started a business page maybe 6 or so months in, as I found I wanted to eventually grow that one because you have a limited amount of friends on your personal Facebook page. You can reach 5,000, where a like page, obviously you could go to 100,000 plus. So that's great long term, but you don't have to worry about it too much yet. Instagram, you can do personal or fitness. I made a fitness account because I didn't want to use my personal account. I thought I should have made a fitness account, but if I would have back then, I would have just done my personal because I already had a following there. I wouldn't have had to build it completely from scratch. I could have just, engaged with the people I had and then worked on building it from there. So you don't have to make a whole new account. It's totally up to you though. I don't post a ton of my family on Instagram, just a little bit. I use it more for business, like I said, but I will share pieces of my life, like my gender reveal that I shared the other day. It has pictures of my husband and my son, and everyday life, I trickle that in there. A lot of my Instagram is business. So that's totally up to you. But if you already have an established Instagram, I would just go with that and just start trickling in posts just like you do on your personal page. And doing posts on Instagram is a little bit different than Facebook. Facebook, I've done a training on Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook, they say 2 to 3 times a day you should be posting. In our training, it says 4 to 5, with 1 being fitness. Far too much. I never really could do 4 to 5. It's way too many posts a day. I do 2 to 3 max, minimum of 2, and then I trickle in my business posts. So talking about my workout, talking about my nutrition, talking about my challenge group, talking about my coach or my team or coaching or how it's impacted my life. I talk about a lot of different aspects because you never know what's going to appeal to a specific person. The coach, somebody might be considering losing weight, but I might say something, about bringing in extra income for the holidays for my family, or taking them on a trip or something like that, or traveling. And that might appeal to somebody, whereas before they just wanted to lose weight. And so talking about the little pieces of this business that can impact your life, not just one area, will really hit value with a lot of different people, because something that appeals to me might not appeal to the next person, and so on and so on. So making a list, in my opinion, is really awesome that way. If you write down all of the benefits of working out, eating right, good nutrition, as well as all of the benefits of the coaching lifestyle, traveling, income, accountability, friendship, all of these different things, then you can work on building posts around all of that, okay? And that will always add value to your audience. So with Facebook doing 2 to 3 times a day posting, Instagram, I would probably say what they told me in the training was 1 time a day, 1 to 2 times a day max. So it's a lot less. You don't have to, like on Facebook, your feed, they update that every once in a while, and they gauge who sees it based on your post, time of day, who you're engaging with, and everything else. Instagram is not quite, the algorithm isn't like that. So you don't have to compete with yourself and so many other people throughout the day. Instagram, your followers are going to see your posts depending on how many they follow. So it totally is up to those other accounts, but posting 1 time a day, 2 times a day max on your Instagram. Using stories. So Facebook and Instagram both have stories now, right? So if you are familiar with Snapchat beforehand, then obviously what a story's purpose is, just kind of to share your life. I didn't ever use Snapchat really. I do sometimes, just for my son likes to use it, but I didn't use it a whole lot. So starting to use the Facebook stories, I'll use them not super often. I try to do a couple a day. I leave the stories to the stuff like, maybe me taking my son to the park, like my life pieces, maybe the food that I had for breakfast, a day of eating, something like that, anything that comes to my mind. And then same with Instagram, I basically copy both. I do the same thing on each. I don't want it to be too complicated or difficult. I am the person that started this business with social media, that I didn't really like social media. So I didn't want to spend all of my time on social media, especially now that, I have a lot of things I have to do here and for my husband and my son, especially when my husband's gone. So I can't spend a ton of time on here. And I want you guys, a lot of you work, some of you have kids and both, everything. So I don't want you guys to spend too much time. Literally, if you're not familiar with it, when you post something to your story, it has save down on the left. And if I make it specific, challenge groups, if I welcome new coaches to the team or new challengers, that's a great way to shout them out, is in your stories. But you can do that and then hit save, and then it will just save it to your camera roll, and you can just go over to Instagram and pop it in your stories. So it's super easy. You don't have to replicate every single picture and item and blah, blah, blah. When you make posts on Instagram versus Facebook, Facebook isn't as particular because Facebook isn't just a gallery of photos like your Instagram is. So Facebook is more, you can share statuses, funny things, memes, quotes, like all of these things, your videos, your workout videos, all this stuff. Instagram, when somebody like scrolls through Instagram, scrolls through hashtags and finds your page, or you follow them and they go to look at your page, because that's the first thing they're going to do. You want your page to be uniform. So you want your photos to be similar. You want your videos to be nice and maybe short. When they look at your Instagram, people are visual. So making sure if you use a filter on one, try to use the same filter on another. So if you have one that you like, just use it on all. If you use borders or whatever, just try to make them uniform so it all is very cohesive and it's very appealing to the eye. I actually read in training, they said that blue hues are better for people, like people enjoy them more, which you can edit in your settings. I don't go that far, but maybe one day when, I have a ton of followers, but basically just keeping them uniform as well as a common theme. So, if you were to write down the top 3 things about you, for me, I'm a mom and a wife. I guess I will couple that in. I love fitness and right now I'm pregnant. So I guess those are 3 things. So my Instagram is going to be a compilation of all of those things together, trickled in, at different times. So I'm always going to have fitness posts. I'm always going to, probably have posts about my son or my lifestyle as a mom, as well as this business, and then me being pregnant. So there's not too many things going on, to where it's confusing. You want to be very straight and to the point. When you script your Instagram posts, I always do it in notes because you can paragraph it and whatnot. It's way easier if you don't. It can all mush together and whatnot. If you write long posts, I write long posts. So that's what I do. I just use notes. I copy and paste it over, and then I copy and paste it over to my Facebook. So I just use I post the same stuff. The only thing I don't do is when I'm on Facebook, if I post 2 to 3 times a day on Facebook and I post about, taking my son Halloween, trick-or-treating or something, and then my fitness post and my business post, maybe on Instagram, I'll just do my fitness post. Okay. So I don't do absolutely everything on both. I just do majority 1 to 2 times a day on Instagram. And then those ones are going to be my most important posts for my fitness account, like call to actions, talking about my challenge group, coaching, stuff like that. Stories. And then hashtags. So hashtags can be confusing. There's a lot of, I guess, apps out there that can help you with hashtags. What I did, because I've tried a few different apps, and I just didn't really like it. So what I did was I just figured out a list of about 30 hashtags, because 30 is the max that you can have on a photo. So if you can max it out, great. If you go over, it will delete all of your text. So do not go over. So for 30, I developed 30 hashtags that represent me, my life, and who I'm trying to reach out to, I guess. So obviously I talk about fitness, different fitness hashtags you can do. Each day there's like Motivation Monday, there's Transformation Tuesday, all of those things. So you can utilize those day by day. But I compile, about 20, I usually do about 28 so I can leave room for other specific ones for the day. 28 hashtags or so that just round about me, I guess. I'm pregnant, so like fit pregnancy or pregnant or boy mom or military wife, army wife, stuff like that, that I can be more specific with myself, but also ones that are very popular. You don't really want to use any 21-day fix, insanity, those types of hashtags. Sometimes I will use insanity, but I read in a training recently, you don't want to do program specific just because you will find more coaches that way than you will customers. Those are what coaches are hashtagging, and that's what you might get a lot of coach followers. They're already coaches. So when you build those hashtags, I just have it again in a notes section in my notes, and I copy and paste because I want to type out my hashtags every time. And then I'll add in, if I want to, other ones if I think about it. But hashtagging will get people to you as well. Making your account public is necessary, or else they will not see it. So if you have a problem making your personal one public, then you might want to do a fitness one. Okay, so totally up to you. And let me see. You can search hashtags by finding people. The ways that I find people on Instagram or build my network, there's a couple. So I will search hashtags. You can search, whatever specific ones to you. I love boy mom because I am a boy mom. Fit pregnancy, pregnant people that are pregnant right now appeal to me because, I am pregnant. So for them to maybe want to change their lifestyle at this point in time, or even after they have baby, they can follow me and watch my journey. I'm a military spouse, so it's easy for me to find people that relate to me in that way because they understand the lifestyle that I live. The friendships that I gain when, we move so often, and the work that it's hard to keep, starting over jobs and whatnot every 2 years. So finding people that are specific to you and whatever your real interests are. Just find a couple and then search them. Coffee, maybe you love coffee. I used to do that one too. I love coffee. So searching that kind of stuff is going to find people more specific to you. Yes. Oh, sorry. I was saying yes to you, but it was Stacy. Okay. So hashtags. Now, when you find people on Instagram, you can simply follow. But what is super awesome to really get them to look at your page and engage with you is a 5-3-1 rule. So liking 5 photos, they say comments on 3 and then follow them. You can comment on 3. I usually do 2 max, maybe, at least 1. I don't want to be too weird. I feel like if somebody commented on 3 of my photos right away, it might be a little strange, but it would make you want to look at them. Even just liking several of their photos and following them, they're going to look at who you are. They're going to know, or they're going to wonder why you're so interested in their feed. So doing that for me, what I've been doing, I'll share exactly what I've been doing. So when I consider a power of 3 on Facebook, Instagram, I'm going to treat it a little bit differently. So on, Facebook, you might add 3 people, converse with 3 people, invite 3 people to coaching, invite 3 people to challenge group, etc. So on Instagram, I want to build my following a lot faster and more than I would technically on Facebook than just 3, right? My Instagram is public. No, mine is completely, not my personal, my fitness one is completely public. So anytime I hashtag, people can see that post and then they come straight to my page and they can follow me immediately. They don't have to request a follow, which is super awesome because then they can just see what I'm all about. And if they follow me, then they have some kind of interest that way. So for inviting or the same kind of structure as Instagram, what I'm trying to do is I try to follow, for me personally, because my goal has been to build my Instagram in the last couple of months, 50 to 100 people a day. And then I might 5-3-1, 10 people. I might really engage in 10 to 20 people a day. I've been spending more time on Instagram than Facebook. So I haven't been doing just strict power hours every day on Facebook when I'm building that much on Instagram. And I'll tell you why, because when I'm on Instagram and I follow 50 to 100 people, I might get 50 followers back. It just depends. Followers come and go. You're going to get followers that follow you and unfollow you all the time. But if you want to consistently build it, you want to be consistently, following other people too. So I don't just search hashtags for that. I also find maybe fitness accounts that appeal to me, that represent me, that are not me, that have a huge following. So if you have any fitness accounts that you love that person, you love their message, and they're just one of those, Instagrams that you love to see, and they have a huge following, go to their followers and follow people. Those people, chances are if they connect with that person like you connect with that person online, then they will connect with you, right? If you have the similar interests. So that's what I do to follow 50 to 100 people. I don't go search hashtags to follow, all those people. That would take a really long time. But I do want to find those people that are similar to me. And so what I do, when those people follow me back, I don't like message them right away or anything like that. So what I do, I will go to, I'll 531 people. I'll write down names that I 531 that I really, really like their Instagram. I'll write down their handle, but I'll go to my followers and I'll work off that list. So as you build following, I will go to those people's pages. And when I look at their page, I'm going to say, yes, no, maybe. I'm going to look at their page and say, are they somebody that I would want to work with? Are they somebody that maybe I could reach out to for a challenge group, or absolutely not, totally not, have any kind of relation or maybe relationship to me, because there's going to be those people that you just don't click with. And that's okay. Don't settle, and don't just invite somebody to coaching because you want to be able to work with that person. There's a lot of nice people out there. You'll find them. So I go to their Instagram. I just check out their posts, and it's so easy to find people that are already into fitness. So whether they are or not, just check out their posts. I usually like multiple photos, and then I might shoot them a message. So what I usually say, and this is from a training that Artina did. Artina's in our team in Dare to Dream. She hit 5-star her first year, and she built it all on Instagram. That's her sole focus, is Instagram. That's where she's found all of her team, her rockstar coaches, and challengers. She's like, I invite a little bit on Facebook, not really, mostly just Instagram. And she's built her following from, I think she said a couple hundred to now she's like 6,000 or 7,000. So that's pretty awesome. So with Artina, what she said, let me see if I can pull up my Instagram real fast so I can kind of tell you what I say or what I have said. I can't do it on there. I have to do it on my phone. That's the thing that kind of sucks, is you can't DM on the desktop, so you have to do it on your phone. So what I normally do, I'll look at somebody's Instagram, and I'll go through their posts, and if I like them, I'll like them, and then I'll shoot her a message if I feel like that's somebody I would want to work with, and maybe they would love it too if they already post about fitness or health or anything, traveling, all that stuff. So I'll be like, hey girl, I know we don't know each other, but I just spent like 5 minutes going through your feed, and I really love it. Have you ever thought of having a second income without a second job in addition to what you're already doing? So I got that, something similar than that. That's what Artina, she was very casually talked to them about using what they already do on Instagram to help them build a business, okay? Because if they're already posting at least once a day, plus if they're into fitness, that's easy. But if they like to share their story and they like to maybe inspire or help other people, you never know. A lot of people go on Instagram to try to find a way to make an income. So I always say something just really casual like that. It's totally up to them how they want to answer. And then this person was like, hey, thank you. Yes, absolutely. Sounds like a dream. So then I explained in a very short, because you're very limited in characters on Instagram, a little short paragraph, kind of what I do. I say I'm a health and wellness advocate. My team is hosting an event online shortly. Would you like to be, or I would love to get you access if it's something you'd like to check out. I'm like, just let me know. And she's like, sure, I'd love to check it out. So then I always say, okay, there's a link in my bio to my Facebook account. Just shoot me a friend request and your name so that I know who you are, and then I can shoot you over that invite. So I use these a lot for the events, the coach live events that we have twice a month. I still use them after they've gone live. I just tag them in the videos after the fact. But it's awesome if you can get them in there live. So I invite a lot, maybe 4 days out leading up to the event, so that I can get a lot of people freshly in there for the live videos. And I will actually be speaking in the live event on Thursday. So you can also say, my coach is talking, or check out Taylor, she's my coach, blah, 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 blah. Because if they did join your team, they would see my face. They would know who I am. So I will be sharing my story in that. And then they usually send me a friend request. I accept. And then they're on my Facebook. So I'm not just, going to my, recommended friends or whatever on Facebook, because it's easy to like mix circles that way. Plus you never know who you know, maybe they already have a business and this and that. So this person would love a second income, likes that I'm into health and fitness, and wants to check out the event. Plus, I'm not sure where this person was from, like Georgia or something like that. So not anywhere near me. And they have a completely different network than I do because, you know, we don't know each other in person. So I just send them over to Facebook, and then from there I follow up on Facebook with them. So I'll send them the invite. You know, I'll check in with them after the event, see if they have questions, stuff like that. So lately, majority of my coaches have come from Instagram as well as UK. So you can put in UK hashtag since we just launched in the UK. It's very, very exciting over there because this isn't something that they get to do or have really gotten to do much. So they get to hit the ground, fresh start with, you know, a whole pool of people that they can build a team with. And it's really exciting. So in the UK, because I do have Kaylee that I'll be sharing this with, I would just hashtag specific to your area and things for us here. There's certain stuff that we can connect with, you know, Target's huge over here, like different things. Hashtag things. I think you're pretty good. I think Kaylee's pretty good at hashtagging anyways, but building your following, finding maybe UK fitness people over there, finding people that way, UK gyms over there that people follow. You'll connect or find people that are into health and fitness over there as well. I invite a lot primarily on coaching on Instagram, and then challengers. I have people reach out to me when I do call to action. If I find somebody that, you know, I'm not sure if I just find somebody that I feel like I want to reach out to about a challenge group, maybe they've liked my challenge group photos or transformations and stuff like that. I might reach out to them about a challenge group. So you can definitely do that too. Either way. And then you can run promotions if you want, being target specific of the type of people that you want to reach. That one I've mainly done for the UK just because I didn't have a UK following. But just making sure you do regular call to actions. A recent training I was in saying doing between coaching and challenge groups, you want to do 3 to 5 a week. So, you know, do a coaching one, do a challenge group one, coaching, you know, just trickle them in there because people they need to take action, but they need to be told to take action, if that makes sense. A lot of people have a hard time just doing things for themselves and just waiting. And if you just wait each month for your new challenge group, you know, that's a whole month for people to be like, I'll just try it next month. And then they change their mind or things happen, right? So doing call to actions multiple times a week is an awesome way to help you do that. Doing it on Instagram the same as you do it on Facebook. Increase your network. And don't be afraid. Like when I first started reaching out to people on Instagram, I was super nervous about how it would work because I personally haven't had like DMs, or I hadn't beforehand, from people like that. But I've had a lot of great people, and I've expanded my network a lot based on those people from Instagram that I've invited. And there's a lot of people on there that are more go-getting, I guess, because you can find those people that are like you, that can relate to you and reach out to you maybe, or that already basically do exactly what we do on social media. They just are not getting paid for it. So it's totally, I mean, it's up to them what they say or how they respond, but at least, you know, you can throw it out there. There's nothing wrong with that. Getting 5 likes on a post on Facebook or 5 likes on Instagram doesn't matter. Like, likes doesn't matter. People ignoring you doesn't matter. People are always watching you. They will continue to watch you. How many likes you get on a post doesn't matter. It's that people see it. People will see it. Whether they like it or not, doesn't matter. Okay? But when they see it, so as long as you're posting it, they can see it. If you quit and you stop posting because you think you're not getting, you know, the feedback that you want, just keep doing it. I've had posts that have 5 likes, but I had 3 people message me. Or I've had posts that have 5 to 10 likes and, you know, somebody relates to it, but they don't tell me until, you know, I post about it again or something. It's just when people are at that time in their life that they need to see that post, that's when they're going to reach out to you. So It totally depends. So I wanted to unmute you guys in case you have any questions. We only have a couple more minutes. So you're unmuted if you have any questions.
I have one.
Okay.
The link, I just looked up your Instagram page because I tried to do a link on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But is that only because you have, like, is there a business specific on Instagram?
My page is, you should, like, Instagram limits links, so you can only have one. Let me see where it's at. Mine is technically categorized as a business, so maybe that's why. It's just not letting you add a link at all.
I honestly, I mean, I just tried to, like, I didn't know that there was, like, those little bubbles. I just tried to, like, copy and paste my Facebook URL, and it just didn't come up as an actual link.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm really asking you is, how do I add that link?
Okay. Let me see where it's at. Okay, so when you go to edit, like if you go to your settings, edit profile, so down there should be, or right under, I guess, your username is a website option. Do you see that?
Okay, wait. Oh, there. Edit profile. Right under there. Oh, website. Hey.
So post your link.
I'm sorry.
There. You're fine. So post your link there, and then it will just automatically connect it.
Okay. Awesome.
It'll be the URL so that they, like, once they click it, it goes straight to your page.
Yeah, I tried to do that the other day because I've found a lot of success, like all those quick fix posts about, you know, whatever the Dr. Oz. Like, I just post under those, like, you know, a quick fix is exactly what it sounds like, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I'm a wellness coach. Feel free to reach out to me. And I've had a ton of people that have reached out to me, but I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been, like, building my Instagram, so they can't actually see what I'm doing.
Yes, yeah. So if you just when you post something on Facebook, you know, a video, a picture, anything, I just literally copy and paste it. And I mean, it takes me 5 seconds to do on Instagram, but that way they get the same kind of information. I don't do, like I said, all of my posts from Facebook. I just try to make it specific.
Yeah, okay.
All of them, but yeah, so that they can see, or even on your stories, whatever you like. I don't do as much of my stories because I don't think people use stories quite as much as if they were to just look at your feed, you know, and those disappear anyway. Yeah, just copying that over so they can see, and then reaching out to people that way, bringing them over to your Facebook so they see more regularly, I guess, who you are, and personal feel than just, you know, the business Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta figure out how to upload this to something. It's gonna be recorded somewhere on my computer. But that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions and you start doing it, just let me know and I will gladly answer. A great resource for this is Artina's Instagram training. It should be very, I'll have to find what it's called. I don't remember. I think it was a panel one that she talked about, but she is Instagram, if you follow her, she's super awesome. She's super active on there, but I've learned a lot from what she does. But I will let you guys go. This is gonna be but I'll let you guys go. If you guys have questions as you do it, just let me know, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.